hope you're well and having a really good day. I cannot believe another month of 2015 has passed us by. It's March now, which means it's Disneyland Paris month. I'm sure if you've watched my videos before, you know how excited I am. A really big thing that happened for me this month was my blog turned 3 years old, which is very exciting. My blog, elliesramblings.com, I've officially been writing on there for 3 years. On my YouTube channel this month I hit 3,000 subscribers, which is just insane. I'm so chuffed, and I know it's a really small amount in comparison to the big YouTubers we all love. Thank you so much for watching this video if you're subscribed. Everything you do and say and tweet and comment and like, it just means so much to me. I've had 3 new beauty loves in February, which is quite a lot actually considering it's been a short month. There was a new launch from Chloe, and I think I've talked about my Chloe perfume before, the original one, and how much I love it. So I was so excited to see that Chloe were bringing out a new perfume, and it is the Chloe Love Story. I love the bottle, it's absolutely stunning. I love how it's very similar to the original but still quite different and unique. It's based on the Parisian Love Lock Bridges, which I think is very cool. I've done a blog post review of this, so that will be in the description box below. It's quite sweet, but it's not sickly sweet, it's not overpowering, it's not too floral. It's kind of a good mix of everything. It's definitely on par with the original Chloe in my opinion. It's so beautiful. My second beauty favourite for February was a new launch from Benefit. Roller Lash is designed to give your lashes a curling effect, so if you find your lashes are short and straight and you need them uplifted, this is a mascara for you. The brush itself is, I would say it's very unique, because when you apply this you can feel that the hooks like hooking onto your lashes and lifting your lashes up from the root. The blog post review will be linked below as well if you'd like to see more pictures before and afters. This is another really good launch from Benefit. My final beauty favourite for February is something that's not launched yet, but I am very lucky to have a sneak preview. I cannot explain to you just how excited I was when I got this, but it's the Stroke of Midnight palette from the MAC Cinderella collection. The new Cinderella live action film comes out in March, and MAC Cosmetics have done a collaboration with the film, with Disney. It's out now in America and it's out here in England, 6th of March in Harrods, and then the 13th of March everywhere else. This is the Stroke of Midnight palette from the Cinderella collection, and I don't actually want to talk too much about it because I wanted to know if you guys would like a whole video about the pieces from the collection that I have. I don't have the full range. I'm very lucky to have a few pieces. Palettes, the Royal Ball lipstick and one of the lip glosses and the beauty powder. So if you'd like to see a video about this before it hits the UK, let me know in the comments. I am actually going to have blog posts up on each of the products I have next week, so make sure you're following me on Twitter at Ellie Steadman, or following my blog elliesramblings.com if you want to know more, because every day there will be a new blog post on a piece from the MAC collection before the launch, and then on the Friday there will be a video if that's what you'd like to see. I've been loving this palette. I love the shades inside. Again, I don't want to talk too much about it, but it's so me. It's just beautiful. Disney and MAC, 2 of my favourite things. I hope you guys are excited about this one too. So in February I actually ended up going to the theatre 3 times to see different shows, which is really excessive and so unlike me. For the past 3 or 4 years for Christmas I've always bought my nan theatre tickets for a show the next year because we love going to the theatre together, and I've also always made sure to go to see The Lion King every year because it's my absolute favourite show. Last year's 2014's Christmas present to my nan from me was tickets to see Les Miserables, and that has been on my want to see list since I saw the film. There's a bit of a backstory with Les Mis. My mum and dad, when they were still together and my mum was alive, my nan and granddad, when my granddad was alive, they used to go and see the show together quite often, and I know it meant a lot to my mum and granddad. They both loved the story. So when the film came out recently, Nan was like, Ellie, you have to come and see this film with me. I was like, I am not going to enjoy this, but I absolutely loved it. It's incredibly moving and emotional. I kind of wanted to wait a little while before we saw the show because it is something that means a lot to my family, but we went in February and I cannot even explain to you how good it was. It was just so moving and powerful. The whole cast was fantastic. It was beautifully done. It's definitely one I would love to go and see again. I then went to see Wicked again with 3 of my closest friends. I've seen Wicked once before, loved it. Something I didn't think I'd enjoy because I'm not that big a fan of The Wizard of Oz, but Wicked is amazing. I love the soundtrack. I keep keep saying I love, but I do. It's just a really good show. It just shows you the characters in a completely different light, and it's another one I was just so glad I got to go and see again. And my third trip was to see The Lion King, and you know how much I love The Lion King, so will try and not ramble about it, but it was incredible. My fourth visit, and as always I cried. It makes me cry because it's so good. And my dad was like, oh look, she's upset, and I was like, no, but I'm good upset because I love it so much. After the show I was really lucky to meet George Asprey, who plays Scar in The Lion King, and he's been in it every time that I've been over the past 3 years. He is so good, and you know he's good because I want to hate him because he's evil and he kills Mufasa, but he plays the part so well that you kind of can't help but love him a little bit. Brilliant show. I cannot wait to go again, hopefully very soon. I also went to the cinema twice in February, which is very unlike me. It's rare I go to the cinema. Both the films I saw are in my favourites. The first is Into the Woods. Into the Woods is a Disney musical film that's been adapted from a show that was, I think, in the West End, but mainly on Broadway. The cast was very, very good. They all are very good singers. James Corden is kind of, I'd say, the main character, but you've also got Anna Kendrick, who is I like girl crush. I love her. It was a very good film, really enjoyed it. Very different and not what I expected it to be. There's like the big twist in the middle where it all goes wrong, but I liked it a lot. My other film favourite is going to be a controversial one, and I don't really want to talk about why it's controversial too much. I just don't want to get involved in that side of it, but I went to see 50 Shades of Grey, and I have to say I enjoyed it. I loved the Twilight films and the books. So when these books became popular, the 50 Shades of Grey books, and I heard that it was like modern day Twilight based on Twilight, I was like, well, obviously I've got to read that. And I read the books, and obviously if you've read them, you know they're not the most well written books. They are quite poorly written, but once you accept that and you kind of see past it, I genuinely do like the love story between the two. I like how they are completely different people and they don't change each other, but they, if you've read the books you know what I mean. I don't want to spoil it in case you've not read all three. Jamie Dornan is hot. You have to admit he is hot. Dakota Johnson is equally as hot. I enjoyed it. I would happily go again. I hope they do the other two books as films. If you've seen the film you know how it ends, and I think we all want to know what happens next. And again, I know it's a controversial thing, so please don't hate on me if you are anti 50 Shades of Grey. I just want to be honest and say that I enjoyed it. My final favourite for February is a new album release by the band Imagine Dragons. Smoke and Mirrors is the new album and I'm a bit obsessed. I love it. I really enjoyed the first Imagine Dragons album. They're not a band that I think are talked about enough, really. I love their music. Their first album, there is not a song on there that I didn't like or enjoy or still listen to now. There are so many really good songs on there. I actually really want to go and see them when they're at the O2 this year in November in London, but I don't know anyone who likes them enough to go with me. I don't think they're talked about enough or hyped up enough as they deserve to be. They are really, really good. They were my favourites for February 2015. Thank you so much for subscribing to me and for helping me reach 3,000 subscribers. If you aren't subscribed, it would truly mean the world to me. It really does. I say it all the time, but it really does mean so much. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you are having a really good week, and as always, social media links below, more information and links that I've mentioned. Lots of love, guys. Bye.